All right, business owners, welcome. Today, we're going to tackle a pretty serious risk that might be hiding in one of your most powerful new tools, AI bias. It's an issue that, it kind of hides in plain sight, and understanding it is absolutely critical for protecting your business. So let's just start with a really direct question. You know that new AI assistant you're so excited about? The one that's saving you tons of time? Could it actually be making biased decisions that are creating legal liability and, frankly, damaging your reputation? The answer, unfortunately, is probably yes. And look, this isn't just theory. We're seeing this out in the wild. We've got AI hiring tools that learn to prefer male applicants, marketing tools that literally exclude entire customer segments from ads, and even chatbots that give a lower quality of service to certain people. These are real-world business problems, and they're happening right now. Okay, let's get into it. Here's our game plan. First, we'll define the problem. Then, we'll figure out where it's coming from. We'll look at the very real impact on your business, and then I'm going to give you a simple 3-step test you can use today. And finally, we'll cover some practical ways you can manage this risk. So, first up, what is AI bias, really? We have to be crystal clear on what we're talking about here because, understanding the problem is always the first step to fixing it. Here's the most important thing to get straight. AI bias isn't about the AI having feelings or, bad intentions. It's a technical flaw. It's a systematic pattern of skewed outputs that can lead to some very real and very human discriminatory consequences for your customers and your employees. And this right here is such a key distinction. See, human prejudice is an intentional belief. AI bias, it's just a learned pattern. The AI isn't sexist, it's just really good at replicating sexist patterns it found in the historical data we fed it. It's like a mirror reflecting our own past, not some kind of evil thinking machine. Okay, so if the AI isn't actually prejudiced, then where in the world does this bias come from? Well, to fix a problem, you gotta find its source. So let's trace this thing back. Turns out, bias can creep in from a few different places. Sometimes it's baked into the algorithm's design, what the developers told it to prioritize. Other times, it's in how we use it, the prompts we give it. But that huge slice of the pie right there, that tells the real story. The number one source, by a long shot, is the data we use to train the AI in the first place. And this is so important. If the historical data you feed an AI reflects past discrimination, and let's be honest, a lot of our old business data does, the AI will learn those patterns as the correct way to operate. It's going to learn to replicate your past biases, not your future goals. All right, let's talk about what really matters to you as a business owner, the bottom line. How does this technical problem create actual tangible risks for your company? The impact is, well, it's everywhere. In hiring, you're not just risking lawsuits, you are actively shrinking your own talent pool. In marketing, you could be systematically ignoring entire profitable customer segments. And in areas like lending, my goodness, the legal exposure from violating fair housing or credit laws is absolutely massive. And this just brilliantly illustrates the harsh reality, doesn't it? You can't just point your finger at the software. If your business uses the tool, your business is responsible for what that tool does. The excuse the AI did it is just, well, it's not going to work. So how do you fight back? Let's get practical. I'm going to give you a simple, actionable playbook you can use right now to start testing your own AI tools for these hidden biases. So here's the process in a nutshell. First, you actively test the tool with a bunch of different inputs that represent different groups. Second, you step back and look for patterns in the results over time. And third, you bring in more eyeballs by having a diverse team review what the AI is spitting out. Think of this as your first line of defense. Let's make step 1 really concrete, okay? Take an identical resume. Change nothing but the name, from a typically male name like Michael to a typically female name like Michelle. Now, submit both to your AI resume screener. Do they get the same score? If they don't, you've just found bias. It's a dead simple test you can run today. Okay, so once you've found some bias, or hey, even before you do, what practical steps can you actually take to reduce it? Let's cover some strategies you can put into place right away. There are a few different levers you can pull here. You can get better at prompt engineering, which is just a fancy way of saying be really specific in your instructions. You can actually ask the AI to consider fairness or to give you a diverse set of options. But the single most powerful strategy, the one that balances efficiency with responsibility, is implementing a human review. For any high-stakes decision, hiring, lending, firing, the AI can be a co-pilot for sure, but a human has to be the one to make the final call. A question I get all the time is, whose fault is this anyway? And the honest answer is that the responsibility is shared. The company that made the tool has to try and build a fair system. But you are responsible for testing it in your specific situation and for the outcomes it produces in your business. But let's be very, very clear about the practical reality here. While responsibility might be shared, when a lawsuit gets filed, it's the company that used the tool that faces the immediate legal heat. The liability, it falls on you first. And really, that brings us to the most important takeaway of this whole thing. This isn't just a technical problem we're talking about, it's a cultural one. The ultimate solution is to build a culture of healthy skepticism, a culture that values fairness enough to actually question its new tools, not just blindly trust how efficient they are. So the question is your business ready to do that?